All right, so we're going back together with the top end. I believe I don't have a video of me taking the valves out. So you will need a special tool. And I'll show you what to, here in a second how to use that. But first, when you get the valves out, you'll have these little seals on each end of the valve guide in there. And there's the intake side, exhaust side. And I just take a set of needle nose pliers, pinch the very end of them to get a nice grip, and I pull them straight up and out. And after that, you'd be going back together, which is the fun part. So set them on a flat surface. All right, so but going back together with everything, you're going to want to start with your valve seals, of course. This is after you've cleaned up all the sealing surfaces, lap valves if you needed it, all that fun stuff. So you're going to need a little bit of oil, and I'm just going to use the same oil that's going to be going in this bike to lube up these little valve seals. And make sure you get the correct valve seal installer, and it's going to be just a nice drag, and it should go right on nice and smooth with a slight push. Oil's a little deeper down there than I thought. And when I get the oil on it, I'm adding some to the lip on the inside of the valve seal itself. And then I'm going to set the valve seal on like this. So your lock link will be wrapped around the notch in your valve guide. Now, if you have different size valve seals, make sure you check first before you do this. This is all the same size, so, and it just takes a light little push to get them on. And same thing, lube the inside, set them on, and then install them in place. Nice and easy, comes right out. And you just do that for the rest of them. All right, so when it comes to removing and installing the valves, it's going to be easier to remove them than install them, of course. But you want to grab a valve, and I already have mine assembled and off to the side the way they came out, so you don't mix them up. Don't want to do that. Don't want to do that. So this is my exhaust side, exhaust, intake. All right. I'll do this exhaust valve first. All right, so once you got your exhaust valve, the correct one for the slot, we're just going to put him in his valve guide, give him a nice little slap into place, slap of the ass. Take his valve spring, I'm going to set that in place, and then his retainer. Grab his retainer, put him on, and now we're going to install him. Make sure you got this cup side, get your length ready. Make sure your cup side is on your spring side. Give yourself a little extra length if you can. Make sure you give yourself extra length on this guy for sure, especially when you're coming apart, because you don't want to bottom out. So get it all lined up, get this in place, and you can go as far as you can with your fingers, but you can get to a point where you'll need your little handle to twist down farther. So we're going to twist him down, attempt to. So we're going to twist him down. Whoop. Oh no, just until you can see that's going to be hard for you to see, but that little lip on the end of the valve stem where he's just poking out of that, just barely. you know, enough to where I can see where the keepers are going to set. And now, here comes the finesse side. And I'll go quiet because I'm going to hold this flashlight in my mouth so I can see what I'm doing. So, use your magnet style you know, some kind of fine magnet is what I use. And then I'll set it in on one side. Or, I'll set one keeper in on one side. And then I'll apply pressure on this body to help hold it in place so it'll stay there and not move. And then second keeper. And now that they're somewhat in place, I do have one sticking out. I have to push him back in. Bam. Once you get them in place, and I like making them go, you know, in line with the cylinder head. And just an OCD thing, you don't have to do that. Back it off. Wada ring, wada boom. And now you just do the same thing to your other valves, however many you have.